Good morning YouTube. As you can see there, I got caught out in the rain. We are having atrocious weather here in the UK at the moment. So I ran home to get my brolly and we will finish the steps with the brolly. We never don't finish the morning steps, okay, no matter what, no matter how hard it's raining, because all it means is I've got more later and I'm not about that. So get home, get the brolly, get the rest of the steps done. I am soaking wet from that though. Joys. Thank God I need a shower anyway because of the cardio I've done this morning. Well, I'll pick you guys up in a bit for meal one. It is a training day today, full body session, so I will take you along. And we are back home for meal number one of the day. So this is what I have for my meal one on a training day. So this is one egg here, one whole egg. We've got avocado, 20 grams of avocado, some good healthy fats, some spinach. Spinach has got iron in it, so that's really good to help with iron levels if that's something you struggle with. And then 2 turkey bacon rashers. No massive nutritional benefits to this, obviously protein, but also just for the taste. And then we've got 100 grams of pineapple here as well. Again, some great digestive enzymes in that to help with digestion first thing in the morning. So always good to have some fruits or something if you can with your first meal. And then of course we've got pink salt on here too. I've got my decaf coffee, and then I've also got some creatine and glutamine in here on the go. I've already had a little bit of that this morning, as you can see. And then I've got my morning supplements here. I've already taken some vitamins this morning, so these are my second batch that I have with my first meal. I'll do a separate sort of vlog going into all the vitamins and things I take, all the benefits, why I take them, when I take them, because I think that might be interesting to you guys. And something that I have to show you, oh gosh, don't even, I have literally wet through, but something I have to show you. So as much as I cook a lot, and I should have it down by now, and most of the time I do, I still make mistakes. So I have to show you this from yesterday because I made a giant bowl of rice mashed potato. I don't know what happened, but this is what I ended up with last night. Obviously, just left it for too long on the hob. I don't know, but yeah, so it was red hot. I couldn't throw it in the bin because it was too hot. So I'll just put it in this massive bowl, and thank God our bins are being taken tomorrow. So I'm going to put this in the bin tomorrow because this is like toxic waste. You cannot leave rice in your bins for too long because you will attract all sorts of nasty things, maggots, all that shit. So it is literally toxic waste. It's a nightmare. But I was fuming because not only have I wasted a load of rice, it's literally gone like, it was like mashed potato. And I am back with very messy hair. I'm still air drying it from my shower this morning. So I'm just taking a quick break from work to cook up my next meal. So I'm going to show you guys what that is. But I've also done a little bit of meal prep. And I've also made my first coffee of the day. The tap is dripping, annoying. So my first proper coffee of the day, so I'm going to start to feel a bit of a boost in energy, which is what I need right now. But I'll show you guys what this is, and I've also put together my post-workout meal for the gym later on, just because I probably won't have time to do it later on. So whilst I've been cooking in the kitchen, doing my veg, doing my next meal, I thought I might as well make up that, so I will show you that as well. So here we have it. Not very interesting, but beef, vegetables, and 25 grams of spinach. You guys, I went through this on my last vlog, but I basically cook all my veg allowance for the day and I just split it between my savoury meals. This is my coffee, and also I'm on to my next bottle of water. I do have squash in my water. I just use one of these. I just put a bit of this in. I mean, we've got to have some joys in life, right? But my post-workout meal, so this is just 50 grams of oats cooked in the microwave. I've put 100 grams of strawberries chopped up in here. I just use frozen strawberries, so I've just mixed those in there with, of course, pink salt and, of course, cinnamon. I've become obsessed with cinnamon. I didn't have it all off season, but during prep, I've been having a lot of cinnamon. I think I put about 2 grams in my oatmeals of this. And then I've also got my whey powder ready to mix up. I'll do that at the gym after I've trained. And I also have 10 grams of chocolate with this as well, which I will wrap up and take with me as well. And hello, a bit of a change of scenery. We're in my office. I've been working away, but I'm about to have another meal. So I thought I'd show you guys what this is. So this is meal 3 on a training day, and it is just chicken and vegetables. But the vegetables, obviously I cooked up earlier, so I've just split those out into this meal. And I've warmed this all up on the pan and then added some pink salt. So really simple, quick and easy, which is nice. That is the one thing about being on a prep diet, is that, well, for me anyway, the food is never that much. So prepping food does become really easy. There is not a lot of preparation that has to go into it. So, you know, looking at the silver lining. But I'm going to eat this up quickly before I've got to then head out for an appointment. So I'll pick you guys back up then. But just before I go, I will show you what the meal looks like. Sorry, the lighting is not great. But yeah, just chicken and vegetables in there. Nothing too exciting, but yummy all the same. And a little bit later, I almost forgot to vlog, but I just remembered. So I've just got back from my appointment. I've been to get my nails done. So every 3 weeks, I go and have my nails done. I have biab gel, but I'm a bugger. If I don't have anything on my nails, I bite them. Terrible habit, and I just feel put together, and I feel like I've got my shit together when I've got my nails done. So that is something that is just always in my routine. And I've also been to pick up a parcel. So I've got a parcel here with 5 dresses inside it, because I've got a big family event, not this weekend but next weekend, and it requires me to have 2 dresses. So I've got 5 dresses, and I really hope that these fit. Obviously I'll be sending back the ones that don't and the ones I don't like, but I really hope that I like one and that it fits, because one thing as someone that trains is that things don't always fit well. So you do have to have a lot of options. I can't just grab a size and expect it to fit, because it might fit in some places but not others. I suppose all women have this issue, but I do feel like as my upper body has developed somewhat, that things just don't fit as well, especially dresses. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna try them on tonight when I get back from the gym, and then let's just hope, let's keep those fingers crossed. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'm gonna get back inside. I'm gonna crack on with work before my pre-workout meal soon, and then we'll be off to the gym for a full body session. The office now, and I'm just about to go get my pre-workout meal, which I'll show you guys. But before that, I just wanted to show you my client Karen. So Karen was one of my first timer Masters bikini competitors for this year, and we did her first show about 4 weeks ago, mid-May, and we're coming up to her second show now. So she's had a bit of a gap between, and to be honest, in this gap between, we have just been sort of reverse dieting. So we've been eating more, we've been doing less, we've not been doing any cardio for a long time now. So we are just looking so much better already than her first show. Of course, she looked great at her first show. She did really well as well. You know, in a class, I think there was 6 or 7 of them, she got 3rd place, which is amazing for your first ever competition. So we're so proud of her. And now we've just managed to make the look even better, so even tighter, but she's been doing a lot less. She's been eating more food, no cardio, we've been doing less steps. So yeah, it's just been such a good sort of gap between, just to really make those improvements. We met up yesterday for an in-person sort of posing session, just to tweak any final bits of posing that she needed to before the show this weekend, which I'll be going to see her at, of course. But I thought I'd just show you guys how she's looking. So as you can see here, this is fasted in the morning. So she's absolutely shredded. She's looking fantastic, a little bit fuller than when we last competed, as we've been able to eat a little bit more. But yeah, just really, really excited for this. I'm sure she is excited to get on stage now, wrap up a season and get into her off season. She's got a holiday booked. She won't have to keep checking in with me every single day, bless her. So yeah, we're really looking forward just to the next phase of this. Okay, I've pulled out the big guns. I've got my tripod out because I've got to get some stuff prepped, and this is just going to be better for me rather than holding this camera. But the first thing I'm going to do, so this is like my pre-workout sort of ritual. This is what I do getting ready for the gym. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make up my pre-workout. So I'll put around 500 mils of water in this. I know that's a lot of water to have with the pre-workout, but I just like to have a lot of water with my pre-workout. I do, of course, add it to my 6 litres of water a day, so that is included. But I just like to sip my pre-workout sort of, 30 minutes before my training session, and it's just my little ritual. I like to do it. I leave it in the fridge for a bit before I go, so it's nice and cold. You know, when you're dieting, even things like your pre-workout, they're like your little treat, okay? So make the most of it. Also, it does help me get in a good sort of like mindset. You know, it's like gym time. This is where I start to think about the training and all that sort of thing. So this is the pre-workout of choice. I have been looking at the wrong camera, by the way, but anyway, I'm looking at the right bit now, so you can actually see me looking at you. But this is the pre-workout of choice. So this is DFib, and this is from HR Labs. This is the pre-workout I've been using for a couple of years now. To be honest with you, I haven't tried a hell of a lot of other things because this just works so well, honestly. It gives you a good bit of energy, great focus, you don't have a come down, there is no sort of mad like tingling itchiness or anything like that at all. They taste really good, and so I just feel like it's everything. Normally with pre-workouts in the past, you get a massive hit of like crazy energy, and then you have a bit of a come down, they'd taste vile, you'd be getting really itchy and tingly, and this just doesn't do any of that. So it is really good, and the flavours are great. So we've got the lemon fizz bombs at the moment, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that in here. So I've got my water, this will go on the scale. I try and tailor the dose depending what I'm training. So I've got a full body session today, so it's lower body and upper body. So I'm gonna do a full serving. So a full serving is 22 grams. Make sure you look at this on your supplements, okay? The scoop that you've got in there might not be the serving size, okay? So always check that. So I think a scoop of this is a half a serving really. So that's an 11 gram serving. But again, I just put it on the scales and measure it anyway. I'm going to weigh out 22 grams. And then within that also is 400 milligram of caffeine. So again, you need to take these things into account, like the time you're having your caffeine, how much you're having, you know. I know that I can tolerate the caffeine at that time of day. It's not going to affect my sleep. It's going to be utilised in my workout, and it honestly just helps me. So if you didn't want to use caffeine that late in the day, or I mean, it's not even late in the day, is it? I'm going to be having this around 3:30, okay? But if you don't want to utilise caffeine that late in the day because it does affect your sleep, then just find yourself a pre-workout that does not have caffeine in it, okay? I'll show you what I have in my Intra workout. So this is the drink, the fluid, the water that I drink during my training session. So what's going to go in here is my essential amino acids. So these are just the Train by JP ones. We always just get a berry flavour because it goes with all the other supplement flavours that we have, to be honest. So I'll do 15 grams of that Intra workout. And then I'm also going to put a scoop of engineered muscle catalyst in there. And this is also a berry flavour, so it will go quite nicely. But this basically just helps the uptake of the other supplements that you've got, and it is also just a bit more flavour and also hydration benefits in this as well, so electrolytes, that sort of thing. And then I'll also do 10 grams of dextrose, so carb powder. Now carbs intra workout, I only have a tiny bit, 10 grams, but I do notice a difference when I don't have it. You know, sessions can be long sometimes, and just to have a little bit more fuel during the training just means that, you know, you're able to have that energy available right there, right now, to be able to just give everything to your session. And I've noticed since I've been doing that for a couple of years now, it does make a massive difference. People's argument, you know, especially women, might be, well, I'd rather eat my food than, you know, drink my carbs. And yes, I get that, but from a performance perspective, you're trying to have the best performance in the gym, be the strongest, progress. You're going to need a bit of fuel for that. And, you know, with a long session, you're going to get to the end of that session. Of course, you're always going to feel a bit tired, but having something like a carb intra-workout can just help basically sustain your energy a little bit better throughout the training session. So that's why we do a little bit of that as well. So that is the intra sort of workout concoction. And my pre-workout meal is done. So hopefully you can see this, but this is just chicken. This is 40 grams of raw weight rice, 50 grams of banana, and 10 grams of peanut butter. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a weird concoction, but don't knock it till you've tried it. This actually tastes amazing. Whether my coach actually meant for me to put this all in the same bowl and eat it together, I don't know. But I did, and it's amazing. I suppose, like, you know, you think banana warm with savoury like meat, but then if you think about like plantain, you know, that Jamaican sort of fruit that people eat with savoury meals, it just tastes like that. So love it. I like sweet savoury as well. And then obviously with my pink salt on top, oh, this is just one of my favourite meals. So don't knock it, try it. But no, I mean, I'm dieting. Carbs are lower, so obviously we're having to just make it stretch out a little bit more. Usually this meal in my off season would just be like a bagel, a chicken bagel with peanut butter and a banana or something. But yeah, I love this meal, so I'm gonna go get this down now, and then we will head to the gym. I've got everything packed with me, my intra workout, my pre-workout, my post-workout meal, so my oats, and I'll put all that together at the gym. So I take my post-workout with me to the gym. Because the gym is like half an hour for me to get to, I don't want to wait that long to eat my post-workout meal. I want to get that recovery process started as soon as I can. So I take my meal with me to have immediately post-training, so I can get that in and start that like recovery process. And I've just pulled up to the gym, so I am going to get in there now and start this training session. Now, what I might do is I might just film a few exercises and then do a little bit of a voiceover potentially for this vlog. I'm not sure yet. I just know that I don't really want to do the whole training session and put clips in here because I know people will just find that boring. So I'll probably figure out a way to make it a little bit more interesting, because obviously, you know, we've got many weeks of these vlogs, so maybe I just really go in detail to one certain exercise. I'm not sure yet. Let's just see how it goes. But I've got a full body session. So my full body sessions, just to explain a little bit, they are basically glutes and hamstrings. So around 4 exercises of glutes and hamstrings to start with. And then I will finish with 3 upper body exercises, usually 2 shoulder exercises and a back exercise. So they tend to be a rear delts, a side lateral raise, and then either a row or a pull down for my lats. So that is my full body session. So not completely full body, obviously still very bikini focused, but they just obviously allow a little bit more volume to those areas that I'm trying to develop for the bikini category. So that is what we're going to do. We are at Ultraflex in Derby, which is the gym I try to get to as much as possible. To be honest with you, it is a little bit further than my local gym that you guys probably saw on previous vlogs that I've done. But this gym is just a fantastic bodybuilding environment. Everybody in there is working really hard. It's got a great atmosphere. It's a great gym. The equipment is probably the best that you're going to find. The facilities are great. They've got saunas, sunbeds, they've got like full supplement shop. So it really does have it all. And I really find the vibe helps me focus and just get to work, to be honest. And you know what, after years and years of doing this, finally being able to train in an environment that you feel, you know, really motivating is nice. Because again, my way of the gym is just like a local gym, really very small, quite small, good equipment, but again, it's just if you've ever been to an Ultraflex, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're worth it. They're worth a little bit of a drive. So guys, I'm going to get on with this now and I will pick you up afterwards. And while it's quiet, I just thought I'd do a little bit of a fit check. So I'm wearing a whole Honor outfit today. So ONER is the brand, and it's got a little, that's the little logo of Honor. So this is strapless, which is very risky, to be honest, because this is still quite small for me, but I'm starting to fit in some of my smaller stuff now. So I thought I'd risk it today. It is very, very overly tight, so I'm hoping no slippage. But can you imagine? This is my Smurf outfit. This is what Josh calls me when I wear it, Smurf. And to be honest with you, I love this Honor stuff, but I probably won't buy much more from it because everybody wears it here. Every girl is decked out in Honor in this gym, and I just feel it's just everyone's wearing the same thing. So yeah, I probably won't be buying from them again. It's just too popular. The stuff is nice, but probably a little bit over-engineered for me, if I'm quite honest with you. Like, the fit of everything is so snug. When you just want to whip into the toilet, you know, to have a quick wee, it's like really hard to get the shorts off and stuff because they're so like sculpted. So yeah, just a little bit of a fit check and review of the Honor stuff if anybody's interested. Right then, so that is the end of my training session. Sorry about the lighting, but the sun is right in front of me. I've just eaten my post-workout, as you can see. So that was what I made up earlier, and I just put my whey paste, which is chocolate orange flavour, and my 85% dark chocolate on top of that. I did heat it up today as well. I've been having my oats warm just to, I don't know, just as a bit of a change. Post-workout, I normally have them cold, and they taste like a bit of a pudding, but I just thought I'll have them hot today. And now I'm really hot. I just sneezed, by the way. I've got a bit of hay fever, but really good session. I'm absolutely battered now, so I am gonna shut this vlog off here now, guys. So thank you for watching. So just a little bit of a different one in terms of this is my training day setup on a weekday. Obviously at the weekend I train a little bit at a different time, so things can just be a little bit different sometimes in terms of meal timings and whatnot, but generally this is the setup of my training day. So what I'm going to do now is drive home, and then what I'll do when I get home is I will shower, I will do a post on Instagram, I will get back to any client messages that I've got today, and then I'll have my last meal and go to bed. And it is literally as simple as that, and that is the day done. What a busy day today, but a really productive one as well, and a really good day. A good training session. I felt good in the gym. I'm looking leaner as well, which is always exciting on prep. So yeah, that is over and out for this one, guys. I never know how to close these vlogs up. I never know what to say. Over and out. See you in the next one. I'm gonna go now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, because I'm actually getting quite a few views on these vlogs, so I really do want to make sure that you guys are subscribing to my channel as well, because that is going to help me a lot with the channel. Anyway, have a good one, and I'll see you next week.